Hello everyone, it's Darkfairy07. Today we are playing Selesnya Devoted Druid BREW and we got some new cards in this build. So first we got 4 Nature's Rhythm in this build, and this card really shines in Devoted Druid deck because it enables us, if we untap with Devoted Druid, to both find first Vizier of Remedies for infinite mana, and then when we have infinite mana it enables us to harmonize with that same spell and find the kill. And the kill in this deck is finding the Brightglass Gearhulk. The Gearhulk finds you either Viridian Longbow or Walking Ballista. Also, if you have some trouble achieving the combo, you can find Portable Hole plus Walking Ballista, or like Safekeeper plus Walking Ballista. So it first gives you the answer, the kill win condition, and the answer to something problematic if opponent has it on the field or stuff like that. Okay, also you can also just cast Gearhulk on turn 3 and find the stuff you need later for the combo. Gearhulk just works very well in this build. In this league we are going to see I had 4 Gearhulk in the main, but I switched to 2 post that league, added another Springleaf Drum instead and 1 Postmortem Lunge. I think Springleaf Drum, I was always kind of missing it, kind of was sorry that I didn't include it. I think this card can work well in this deck, and I think Postmortem Lunge is a good card for this strategy. That's also kind of my flex slot for this build. We have a lot of tutors here, so playing another tutorable creature can be good depending on your meta. Unfortunately, we can play in this deck 2 very strong green creatures, hate bears, which are very good usually in the Zenith decks, that are Collector Ophi and Gadok. Collector Ophi because it shuts off our own cards like Viridian Longbow and Luxior, and also the Harmonize and whatever, and the Gadok disable us from casting all these cards, which can be definitely problem. So if we don't have access to the Nature's Rhythm and the Green Sun Zenith, it's much harder for this deck to actually find a combo and win. Okay, so we don't have that. Also, the new Clarion Conqueror don't work well with, similar to Collector Ophi, don't work well with our artifacts. So yeah, that's the problem. Yeah. So we can't use all this, the new Clarion and the usual hate bears, but we have a lot of other options instead. So in the main, we also have one more new card, one Voice of Victory. I think this can be a good trick sometimes to find with Nature's Rhythm. Opponent thinks about you're probably going to find Devoted Druid or Vizier of Remedies. They say, fine, I let you do that, then I kill your stuff when you resolve this. They let you resolve the Nature's Rhythm, you get a voice, and now they can cast anything. So this can be a neat little trick, which sometimes can be helpful, especially in the longer games, especially when you're playing against control. So I decided to add one Voice of Victory as like tutor target. Also, I think it works well with strategy. Disabling opponent from casting in your turn can be pretty good. Okay, so that's it. We got a lot of 1 mana spells in this deck, and the Brightglass Gearhulk works very well with them. It is all spells, so all permanent spells. This means we can find them all with our Gearhulk. Okay, so Safekeeper, a very important piece. Portable Holes, removal tutorable with Brightglass Gearhulk, that is very important part. We can also find the win condition, the part for infinite mana, Walking Ballista as well. Can be tutorable with Gearhulk. So Lava Spore Boots ended up being a very good piece in this deck. sometimes giving haste to your Devoted Druid can be very strong, and opponent will have to play around it, and it's not easy. So Harmonize and Springleaf Drum, I decided not to have Soul Guide Lantern in the main. I have them in the sideboard. In the main I have Ooze and Endurance, so I didn't find necessary to have Soul Guide as well. I rather have Springleaf Drum and maybe Havar Might, stuff like that. Okay, so Havar Might is also tutorable with, all these pieces are tutorable with Urza Saga, and the green cards with, of course, Zenith and Nature's Rhythm. And this is all together very synergistic deck. Renegade Drellier, also another tutorable piece with Zenith and Rhythm, which can bring back important pieces from our graveyard, of course, Devoted Druid, but Vizier of Remedies, combo pieces, but some other as well, can bring back Urza Saga. It's really nice to have such a creature as a tutorable piece with Green Sun Zenith. Considering we have 8 of these spells in this deck, having a creature like this is very strong. Brightglass Gearhulk, really important for this deck, one of the best cards in the deck. It's also a new card, not from the Tarkir, but from Aether Drift, but also huge upgrade. I had 4 of them in the league we are going to see, but I think having 2, maybe 3 is optimal, but I like 2 best at the moment, but we'll continue testing. As I said, this Postmortem Lunge at the moment is my flex slot, and in the sideboard we have a lot of useful cards as well. So Buranton Forge Tenders, these are pretty good against new Prowess decks and against Ragavan. Also protects your druid against Bolt. That is the most important part. So we got more portable holes and 1 static prison. They are tutorable with Gearhulk. That is the very important part. They are tutorable by Gearhulk and answer to everything. So static prison answers anything, and portable hole also answers a lot of stuff with converted mana cost 2 or less. So we got a couple of Veil of Summers, protect the combo against discard and counter spells, and we got 1 of Outland Liberator, in addition to having 1 Havar Might, Havar in the main and in the side. Liberator and the Knight of Autumn are both tutorable with Zenith, and Havar Might with Urza Saga. I also have another Endurance in the sideboard, so a lot of tutorable graveyard hate and a lot of tutorable artifact enchantment hate, which made me, as you will see in this league, very good post board against certain decks. Gemstone Caverns was amazing. I actually got turn 2 kill in one of the matches we are going to see. So I have 1 in the main, 1 in the side, and that's it. Pitting Needle, a classic Saga tutorable piece, also tutorable with Gearhulk. It's so sweet that Gearhulk tutors so much pieces in this deck, and Devoted Druid help us provide a lot of mana to cast these cards. So there's that. Okay, we are ready. We can go check out the gameplay and see how it goes. Okay. Okay, so this in this match I kept 1 lander, but I had a Noble Hierarch and I had some 1 mana spells, so I decided to try it, risk it a bit and see how it goes. Okay, I go for a Noble Hierarch and didn't find the land, but my Hierarch survives, so I play couple of Giver of Runes. My opponent plays Cauldron Familiar, so I know they're playing the Samwise combo deck. I did not find a land yet, so I have to go for a Dryad Arbor here, and don't have much options. I can't afford to go Portable Hole this turn. So my opponent passes the turn. I finally find the land, and I had option to Portable Hole the Cauldron Familiar, but instead I decided to go for the Gearhulk. I had the feeling they could have maybe the combo, but since they did not play anything, they could either have like either Bowmaster or the the combo. So I go for a Gearhulk here, and my opponent finds the combo. So yeah, there's nothing I can do here. They can combo off with a couple of Young Wolves and Cauldron Familiar. Each time they return Cauldron Familiar, so that's it. But as I have a lot of Graveyard Hate and the Pitting Needle and Artifact Enchantment Hate, I become a much stronger deck post board against them, and it becomes very hard for them to deal with both of my combo and my hate pieces. So I got Endurance, I got Scavenging Ooze, I got Pitting Needle, I got Portable Holes, Soul Guide Lanterns, and everything is very strong against them. So let's see how it went. Okay, I put down a land, a Lair of the Hydra, a very important piece for this deck, because a Lair of the Hydra gives us a kill in the situations where we have infinite mana. So Lair of the Hydra makes an infinite attacker. We can give it protection with Giver of Runes and win. Very easy. So here it is, one of those moments. Play Lair of the Hydra plus Devoted Druid on turn 2. My opponent plays Thoughtseize, but none of these matter. They discard Pitting Needle, and here I needed a Zenith or a Rhythm top deck or Vizier of Remedies. I find Vizier of Remedies. Now I have infinite mana. I go for infinite mana, make my Lair of the Hydra very big, and give it protection with... It was a bit risky here if my opponent has a Fatal Push, but I have to risk it, and I got the win. I don't need any changes for game 3, so happy with this. And now we can see one amazing thing. In this game I got turn 2 kills, so let's see how that happened. I started with Gemstone Caverns, exiling Sylvan Safekeeper. I have no room to play, no time to play Safekeeper, so I think it's best to exile Safekeeper here. I got a spare Devoted Druid if needed as well. Okay, so I played turn 1 Devoted Druid thanks to the Gemstone Caverns, of course. Opponent plays a tapped Survey Land and passes the turn. So now I can... the Nature's Rhythm is such a strong card, because it finds one card finds both of your combo pieces. So that's truly amazing. So first we go for the Vizier of Remedies, and now we have infinite mana, so we can get infinite mana, play Nature's Rhythm from the graveyard, find the Brightglass Gearhulk. Brightglass Gearhulk now finds us not only one combo piece but 2 combo pieces. It can also find a combo piece plus it can find a combo piece plus answer to something they have on the field which prevents us from winning, or whatever. Like if they have Pitting Needle on Walking Ballista, we can find Portable Hole plus or Haywire Might plus Walking Ballista and win anyway. So that is the real strength of it. Okay, so opponent concedes. That is the match, and okay, let's go check out the next match, see how that went. Okay, I draw a very slow hand here. But I had to mulligan, and then I had to mulligan again, but now I keep 5, keep a decent 5 here. So okay, this was a decent keep, I think. I find Urza Saga from the top. My opponent plays Psychic Frog, and now I decide to make a construct and pass the turn. My opponent connects with Frog, unfortunately. Okay, so this time I go for a double construct. Find the Lava Spore Boots, try to pressure their life total, attack them with double constructs, but my opponent has a Fatal Push, so I'm holding endurance. I'm holding endurance here. if they play the unearthed version, of course, but I think since they have fatal push there to kill one of my constructs, it's probably best for me to just chump another time. Okay, now I go for a nature's rhythm X2, try to find of course the devoted druid, try to if they fatal push the druid, then I can use the relier, bring back the druid. So that was what I was trying to do here. Also, last poor boots are on the field. I can give haste to my druid. So yeah. Opponent discards both Renegade Relier and Endurance. I have options. I decide, try to go for Druid again. Opponent has another counterspell. So I just play the Dread Arbor and opponent goes Sauron Ransom on their turn. Puts a frog in the graveyard, takes the Orcish Bowmaster and the land. Okay, so I finally find the portable hole. I take there a Psychic Frog, but I give opponent enough time to find a Murktide, and I have a good card on the top, Zenith, but that is not enough. That is not enough here for me to survive, and that was the game. So let's check out game 2. I have a bunch of sideboard cards again, so Static Prison, Portable Hole for their frogs. Voice of Victory is actually pretty good. It disables their counter spells or interaction on my turn when I'm trying to combo. Okay, so that's it. I go for turn 1 Zenith, go for Dread Arbor, opponent immediately kills my Dread Arbor, so now I can go for a basic and Sylvan Safekeeper, pass the turn. Okay, opponent goes for Orcish Bowmaster, try to kill the Safekeeper, but I decide to save it. Big cost though, sacrificing my land, of course. I decide that it is worth it, so I decide to let my keep my Safekeeper alive and pass the turn. Opponent in meantime goes for Thoughtseize, discards my Nature's Rhythm and passes the turn. So now I have a double Urza Saga, which puts me in a pretty good situation here. I have Giver of Runes, and I'm now start making construct tokens, and this seems really good for me because I can make a big construct tokens, give them protection, and just raise my opponent. They're trying to find a threat of their own here. But yeah, I make a construct here. I make another one, and I equip Lava Spore boots on it. Yeah, I go for attack. Opponent has Orcish Bowmaster to jump again. So yeah, they are now on 8 and only play another frog as a blocker, and that is not a good situation for them. And my opponent soon concedes the match, and here we are in game 3. So let's see how game 3 went. I go for a basic, play Giver of Runes, and my opponent has to deal with it, so that's actually pretty good for me here. So I play the Lair of the Hydra. Lair of the Hydra is great. I have a Static Prison to get rid of a frog if necessary, but I wanted to go for a Relier here and bring back my Giver of Runes. I have a double. I can go Zenith next turn. I try to find Druid, and I have a couple of course, these tutors in my hand. Renegade Relier is pretty cool here to block the frog. They have to discard 2 cards, and then I can try to take their frog with Static Prison. So worked great. I have both of my basics, so my opponent discards Harbinger and plays Murktide Regent. Okay, so Now I have Static Prison. I can choose to take one of their and since I have a Giver of Runes and I can give protection to creature I block with, I decide to go for a Murktide and find a Devoted Druid. My opponent can give flying, they can, but they have to discard 2 cards, and here they go for explosives. So in response I give a protection from black to my Devoted Druid, they kill my prison and Giver of Runes, but that doesn't matter since I have a kill here. I had a kill with with a Nature's Rhythm, but I find a Luxior as well as another kill. Okay, so now I have infinite mana and I equip the Viridian Longbow. I also have the Ballista, so I go for a kill and that is the game. Yeah, sweet game against Murktide. Let's check another one. Okay, so in this match, keep a pretty decent hand. I can go turn 1 Zenith, turn 2 Relier, and Giver of Runes. That sounds like a pretty strong hand. Opponent was on Eldrazi and they played turn 1 Utopia Sprawl. So I was able to go turn 2 Relier, fetch and bring back fetch, and then fetch a basic to cast my Giver of Runes as well. Now I already have 4 mana on turn 2, Giver of Runes on the field, protecting my important cards. And then I can go Gearhulk next turn, start attacking my opponent. Let's see what they do. I'm hoping they don't have a Kozilek's Return here. Okay, so I go for a Gearhulk. Now it's a bit easier for me, even if they have Kozilek's Return. I can save one of my creatures with the Giver of Runes and my Gearhulk still survives. And the sweet thing with Gearhulk is it also finds you Urza Saga. That is really good, really good. So in situations like this, I can find a hate piece like Havermite to kill one of their mana rocks. And I can also find a land of my own, Urza Saga. Yeah, that's great. Opponent goes for Myco Spawn and kills one of my lands, ramps into another Eldrazi temple. Okay, so here I go. I go for a Devoted Druid and play Luxior. So I decided to let them have the mana because they have, even if I kill one of the rocks, they still have plenty of mana. So I decided to just go for the Druid, go for the Luxior, and try to maybe kill them next turn if possible. Okay, so I find Green Sun Zenith from the top, and that was the card I needed to win with combo. Okay, so I have a Giver of Runes giving protection to my Devoted Druid, so it is safe to go for the Luxior equip. Now I can go for infinite mana, and once I have infinite mana, I play, yeah, you can see me 37 mana here. I go for a Gearhulk. With Zenith, I find a Gearhulk finds me not 1 but 2 win conditions, and even or a win condition and an answer to something, or like a Safekeeper plus a win condition, lot of options. And yeah, here I find Walking Ballista and Longbow. Opponent concedes, so that is the game. I got the game 1. Let's see what I boarded in. I have the Static Prison, Liberator, Knight of Autumn, Endurance, Havermite. Havermite Portable Hole killed their early artifacts, enchantments. I needed some roof. I ended up not boarding in the holes. And not boarding in the holes, but only one Soul Guide Lantern, couple of Endurance to hate on their graveyard a bit as well, and that's it. Okay, so I would say pretty decent hand. They start off with Utopia Sprawl. I let them have their ramp piece, And yeah, here they go, Eldrazi Temple, so this enables them going for Myco Spawn turn 2, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Okay, so I will be ramping as well. So now I can, I have some options. I think it's best for me to go for, I could maybe go like Portable Hole plus Devoted Druid. I did not have a kill piece in my hand, so I decided just to go for Knight of Autumn and then next turn start attacking with Knight. Opponent uses their turn to just Null Drifter, play the Talisman and pass the turn. Okay, so I go Portable Hole, take their Talisman, continue attacking them and have enough mana to make construct token. And yeah, here I go. A Sire of 7. They play Sire of 7 Deaths, only one card in their hand. And turn I make construct, and now I am in a pretty big advantage. Drawing Gearhulk for a turn is pretty solid as well. Okay. Here I find Luxior with Druid. This gives me infinite mana next turn. And with Gearhulk, this means I can go for a kill next turn. So I play the Giver and I play Static Prison, taking a Sire of 7 Deaths. I have to pay 7 life, but that is okay. I want to take their Sire and I continue attacking them, put them down to 9. And my opponent concedes, so that is it. That is the last match. That is the last match of this league, and it was the deck felt very strong. You could see the turn 2 kill, which was amazing, and in a lot of situations you were always like one top deck away from winning. I spent some time tweaking the build, and now I like all the 75 in the main. I tried a couple of Voice of Victory. I don't Voice of Victory was good. I think maybe having one off as a tutor piece is good, or sometimes you just accidentally draw it. It can be fine. But I think it is also the Voice and the Lounge are kind of my flex slots. These cards are good in the deck. They are not bad. Voice can also be like the second Lounge if you prefer that. Playing a couple of Voice of Victory is not bad as well. A lot of options for this deck, a lot of good cards. You could also play some of the cards from the sideboard. You could play in the main board, and but that's it. I'm pretty happy with this 75. Deck feels very strong, and it feels like Devoted Druid got some serious upgrades in the Brightglass Gearhulk, and then maybe Voice of Victory could be a very cool upgrade for a deck as well. And now also the Nature's Rhythm. Nature's Rhythm, I think, insanely upgrades this deck. This card is so good here, finding you both pieces which you can use on the same turn to combo off, and it curves perfectly with Druid mana. And yeah, that's it. So very strong, and I like it. I really like it. Okay, so that is the deck. That is the gameplay. Hope you liked the video today. And for the end, friendly reminder to click like, click subscribe, comment down below in the video. What cards do you like the most in the flex slots? Is it the Voice of Victory? Is it more Postmortem Lunge? This card, a lot of Druid players really like this card, but Nature's Rhythm is really a big deal for this archetype, and I think it's definitely worth trying this archetype again with Nature's Rhythm, and it plays so well with what this deck is doing, and the Gearhulk is kind of like a perfect addition, which gives you the grind to the deck and finds you the solutions, finds you the combo pieces and everything else, Urza Saga sometimes as well, to grind, and it's all these made this archetype step by step very strong again. Definitely worth trying out. Okay, so thank you for watching today. That was all for today's video, and goodbye until the next time. Okay.